Hello everyone and welcome to another class by Alain Diaz. Today we're going to learn how to add articulation to your model. So we have our scene set, we have our model, we have our size cube. Remember, you always have your size cube. First thing we're going to check is the size of our sculpture here. Make sure it's 6 inches. Turn on transpose here. And 594. So we're going to have to make this guy or girl a little longer. Here's geometry, size, and in size, select the X, Y, C slider here and just type in C6. And that'll be 6 inches exactly. Okay, with that done, let's start inserting our articulation joints or points. We're going to begin by inserting spheres where we want our articulation joints to be. Turn on the gizmo, center, scale this down. So this sphere is going to represent our articulation joint. Okay, that's good for her shoulder. I'm going to duplicate that sphere. Bring another one down here for her elbow. Kind of want to sink it into the arm here so we don't see it in the silhouette of the arm. So that's good. That's good right there. I'll bring up, shrink this a little more. How big is this? Now we got to keep our eye on how big the joints are. 24. 24 is good. We want to make it any less than 24. That's good. We'll keep the wrist. The wrist is going to be too small to add a ball joint. At 0.14, yeah. We'll just do a twist on that. And now let's make another copy of the shoulder joint here. Duplicate. And take that one. Center. And do the hip joint here. So this articulation is based on your typical Barbie doll type articulation. I'll have to cut that off there. And cut this off here. So slice one joint there. And we're gonna duplicate. And we're gonna get a knee joint going here. Turn on transparent. Okay. All right, so that's those are the joints we're gonna do. So let's do a neck joint. So we'll add another sphere up there. Duplicate. Now this sphere, we want it to be center on the neck, and since our figure is center, if we tell this sphere to go home, it's gonna go exactly to the center. So that's a good way to center things on your scene. And of course, make sure to begin with your model is center. and in symmetry. You always want to work in symmetry, even if your model, the final look on your model is not symmetrical. You always want to work in symmetry at the beginning. If not, you're going to do twice the work. It's easy to do something in symmetry and finish it up real nice and tight, and then once you're done, take one side off symmetry. That'll be an hour work if that, compared to working at two sides. I mean, you're just complicating so much the work if you don't work in symmetry. Always work in symmetry, and then if your final look doesn't have symmetry, take it off symmetry afterwards. Okay, we're gonna have to shrink the snake a little bit, but that's actually that's gonna have to be smaller. I'll show you what I'm gonna do there in a minute. Okay, back to our main model here. Remember, you can select the models a lot easier if you simply hold Alt and click on the model. That will help you select the models a lot faster. So you hold down Alt and you click on the model while Edit and Draw is on only. Alright, so now let's cut up our model. Let's do a quick save here. Back from save. Excuse me. So now we make a duplicate. Let's hold on Shift, click on the eye here, turn off all the other models, and duplicate our main body here. And let's actually turn everything on again and just turn off the other body. So on this body, we'll start off by cutting off this arm. Turn off symmetry for now, and let's chop off the arm. Let's use our trim curve here and chop off the arm. Alt to create a little curve. Oh, I meant to do the opposite of that. Okay, so we're gonna cut off the body from there. So whatever the shadow is on, that's the side you're gonna cut off. There we go. All right, now we go back to the other body, and on this guy, duplicate. We're gonna cut off everything but the leg. Turn off symmetry. Let's just let's see here, something like that. There we go. Hit auto group. Hold down Control Shift. Select rectangle and click on your leg here. PD hidden. All right. Now we have a leg and an arm. Open our main body again. Duplicate. And let's cut off the head. Oops. Let's select the trim curve again. And pick up our head here. Okay. And so now we need the body. Duplicate again. Minus the arms. And let's see. Hit Alt to create a curve. Do a mirror and well. Do a mirror and well. Okay, there we go. Let's cut off a leg. You can see from this side. Okay, mirror and well. There we go. And let's cut off the head on this one. There we go. So now we have a torso, a leg, and an arm. Let's take this arm and cut it off at the elbow. Where's my elbow? There it is. So we duplicate the arm, and on this one we're gonna cut off the bottom section here. And on the top one we're gonna cut off the top section. And there we go. Now we have a lower arm and an upper arm. Remember, since our figure is symmetrical, we only have to work one side at a time. Save as. It's gonna be one. Save. And now, since we have that master save, we can go ahead and get rid of the main body here that we won't be needing anymore. So let's delete. Always. There we go. Oh, we need to cut off the leg into 2 parts. So duplicate. And this one we do the opposite. We have lower leg, upper leg, save as. Let's go as 2. Okay. So now let's tuck in our legs here. Select the main body. For the main body, make sure you have a symmetry on. Lower the intensity on the move tool. So you have to play with your design a little bit here to get the part line here to match with the articulation. But now it's a little, give and take here. You giving up on your design a little bit, and the articulation taking it. All right. And let's do the same with the leg here. Okay. All right. The knee will come into the ball. Bottom leg here. Use that completely. And just pushing it into the ball. Pick the knee again. Kind of lifting this up here because I know the bottom leg is going to it's going to need room to fold into. So okay. So remember to select the tool. I just kind of, while you're in edit and draw mode, just hold down Alt and click on whatever tool you want to move, and Zbrush will select it for you. Click on the top part here, hold on Alt, click on the top. This part actually comes out, actually, there we go, over the ball. This again, this arm's going to have to go up here, so this is going to have to accommodate it. Notice how well this moves, and look at how the mesh is. We're at 15,000 active points. That's why when I do my smoothing here, even without smooth stronger brush, I get a nice smoothing. So that's how you get that. You gotta play with the active points here. The lower the points, the less the resolution, the better the smoothing works. Do a little N flat. Just kind of lower the density. Just kind of checking the body here, making sure that the silhouette kind of has nice smooth transition lines. Now here, move tool. Okay, back to the body. This neck here. So here on the neck, what we want to do is this sphere here, we want to embed it into the head about 3/4 of the sphere, right? So you only have about 25% of the sphere sticking out here. And then with that done, we're going to bring the neck up to just under that part. Whatever part of the sphere here is exposed, that's the amount of movement the head is going to have. So here it's a little battle to what look you want and how much movement and articulation you want. And you'll see that coming up now, how much articulation we have or don't have based on how much this ball is showing. The actual head here. Smooth that out. We could go a little. It depends here. Again, it's a battle for what you want. I want more. I'd like to be a little bigger, so we move this up a little more, make it a little bigger, and let me come up on the neck, and then bring the neck out a little more. Oh, there we go. Now here on the head, watch that ear. Okay, save as. Make sure you save. Okay. Right. Now I'm only doing one side because we're working in symmetry. So this side is identical to the other side. If not, you have to do, if you don't work this way, you'll have to work at one leg at a time, one arm at a time, etc., etc. All right, with that done, we can start modeling our articulation joints. All right, so articulation joints. So we start by inserting the sphere. Let's turn on the ground here. Oh, there it is. turn it 90 degrees. Let's see this one here. Let's also insert a cylinder. Hold on Control, pull on a little arrow, you can make a copy. That's a little locking tab. Bum, bum. Let's duplicate. We're on the X here. And let's go ahead and select Control, or sorry, select Control Shift trim curve, and let's chop off half of our little sphere here. Do a mirror and well. Nope. Do a mirror and well. There we go. Let's duplicate that, and we're going to turn this into a negative. So we can do a boolean, go down to deformation, and we do the magic little inflat here, right? So we're going to do a inflat of 3. That's the magic number for a snap fit. When you 3D print for parts to snap fit together, covers, anything that's going to be next to each other, that's the magic number there. An inflat of 3. So 3, enter. Did I do that twice? No. Make sure you only do it once. Inflat 3. Okay. So now with that, we can also do a nice boolean on our sphere here. So let's turn off everything else except our sphere and the new boolean we just made. Turn off polyframe and transparent and turn on boolean. And there we are. Okay, now let's also turn off boolean again. Take our main guy right here, and we're going to duplicate that. You see we have 2. Hit the polyframe, hit outer groups, and let's Control Shift, select rectangle, Control Shift click, and delete hidden. Move gizmo, center the gizmo, and now while holding down Shift, we're gonna turn here and click to 90 degrees. Make sure you always stay 90 degrees. And now to get it center, we're gonna center the gizmo on the tool and then tell it to go home. Boop, dead center. That's where you're gonna find dead center on that. And it has to be dead center on the little biscuit here we just made. Stretch that out. That relationship that this little rod has to the sphere and to the little biscuit here can never change. Their relationship has to remain the same. They can never part from being in center of each other. Always keep that in mind now when we start moving this joint around and placing it in the different parts of the body. Okay. All right, moving forward here. So these are the main parts that we need to make our joint. Let's see. Let's start making some boolean here. So let's cut this, turn on polyframe, turn on boolean. Okay, this is the first little boolean we're going to need here for our articulation joint. Okay, so we hit while the live boolean is turned on, and we see our preview. Whatever your preview is, that's the part that's going to be made. Okay, so you say make boolean mesh. And there we are. Now you see it up here on the tool menu here, palette. It popped up here. As a matter of fact, here where we are now, if you turn everything on, this is our main scene. If you go here, there's your new topology all ready to go on a separate tool. but we're going to keep working on our main screen here. So in here, we hit insert and bring that topology in. Boop, there it is. Good. Let's do a save as. Okay. So now we have a ball. We have our two flaps here. We have our biscuit. Let's get rid of the boolean here. Delete. And we have a little knob. And we have our cross rod here. Okay. So let's go ahead and actually group all of those. Merge down. Merge down, merge down, merge down. There they are. We're going to hit outer group. Good. One thing here that we want together, well, we'll do that later. Okay, so this guy's now ready to be processed. This is the main tool you're going to use as our articulation joint, but also the booleans you're going to need to put this articulation joint into your figure are also in this little group here. So this is our main guy. So let's kind of just slide this guy down here. We're gonna make a copy of him. Let's shrink him. He's definitely not gonna be that big. Okay. And we'll start with our shoulder joint. So duplicate. And bring that copy up here. All right. So now we're gonna use the shoulder that you already placed in here to center our ball. Now this joint, the little locking knob here, is going to go to inside the body. So turn it 90 degrees this way, slide it out here, and now let's shrink it about the size of the shoulder that you already have in here. There's the shoulder. Show the eye side, and now let's get our tool. Okay. So now we only have those two on, so we can really line them up. That's good enough. That alignment's good enough. It doesn't have to be any more perfect than that. All right. Let's turn the main body back on here. There it is. Okay. Transparent. There's our knob. Okay. So now let's start by separating these guys. Okay, this is the main ball here, so split hidden. Okay, let's go back to the split here and take the ball out. Take out transparent. And there you have our beginning of our joint. Now let's lose our original joint. So we don't want to get confused. This guy, bye-bye. Okay, there we go. That's good. See, the size is good there. I think the size of the little knob, however, this is too big. So now being very careful to do everything. Too long is what it is, right? Okay, because they're all different polygroups. While we're in edit and move here, turn off the gizmo, hold down control, and if you click on any of these, it gets selected. See that? It gets masked. So let me mask everything off except the little knob here. Turn on the gizmo, center, not home, but center. Well, you hold on Alt because you can see it's kind of wacky here. Hold on Control, click and drag, else center it. Of course, now you lost your shadow. Do that again. Shift, click and drag, nice and straight. Gizmo, center. Okay, there you go. So now we're gonna bring this in. Actually, this is the guy I need is this guy. Let's use the transpose tool. Okay, there we go. Let me shrink this. There. A little more. What is the distance here? I look up here. 0.6. Ooh, that's tiny. No. Let's move this guy out. 0.9. Okay, that's much better. And that still gives us room for the other side. Alright. How tall is this little ball here? 40. Okay, that's good. That's good. Now, that's good. That size is good. That size is good. That size is good. Alright. Now, the size of this rod. The size of the rod is going to be determined by an actual physical rod that I have made out of aluminum rod. So I'm going to take my calipers and measure that out here off camera. And that rod, that little aluminum rod that we're going to use is 0.06. So that means this rod, I want the circumference of the rod to be 0.06. Excuse me. So what size is it now? Let's see. Right now, it's all kinds of wacky. 57, 42, 81. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we have to have it for this measurement to be exact. We have to have that tool separate. Right now, they're all together. So to get the size of that, what we're going to do is Control Shift while the select rectangle is on, click on it, and that will hide everything else. So now we can see that the size is 0.10. It's 0.10, and we need it to be 0.06. So move tool, Gizmo, center, and on the center there, you're just gonna click on the little yellow square and pull down till it shrinks to 0.06. There it is. So this is the size now of a little aluminum rod that we're just going to put through here that's going to pin our articulation ball here together. And we'll hold the arm to the shoulder. Or hold the arm to the little biscuit that then it's been held by the main body here, which you'll see later on. Okay, that's ready to go there. So to make this joint now, let's hide everything else real quick, and now we're going to separate everything. Now remember, up here we have the ball that's the size of all that. That's the same size. Now this ball that was together with the group, remember we had the group consisted of a whole ball, two sides of biscuits, and then a single rod. Let me show you again. This is what the group looked like when we first brought it in. Right? You have this main ball, and then these guys, and they were all together. Now we have this separate. Now this main ball is separate. We're gonna go ahead, turn it into a boolean, and inflate that to the magic number of 3. See, now you can see it's out of the other one. So now that's gonna boolean the little hole we need in both the shoulder and the torso. So let's start by putting the hole in the torso. So we have the torso. We're gonna have to make 2 of these holes, but the torso is symmetrical, so we can just mirror it. So we just turn on live boolean, turn off polyframe. Actually, make sure you only have those things on. Have that, and we have the negative boolean here. Boom. There's your perfect little hole. We're also gonna need, of course, the little. Well, we don't have to do that one right now. Just this one. So let's go ahead and hit. Well, we have this preview on. That's the part we're gonna do right now. Let's hit make boolean mesh. It's done. Now let's hit insert. It's usually the last one here in your little insert. There it is, mesh 2. Okay. Turn everything else off, and there you are with your little hole cavity made on your body. Now this one that doesn't have it, let's do a save as. This is version 3 now, and save that. Now with that saved, you can delete that. Okay, now we have one torso again. Now to do that on the other side, just mirror and well. because we're in symmetry, both sides are done. Okay, moving forward here. Body. Okay, so we made that cavity, and now we have our little ball. So now let's separate U and U, split hidden. There we go. So ready to go. Now I need to make a hole, not yet. So now what I'm gonna do is with this same ball that we used to cut a hole in our torso here, I'm gonna cut a hole in our arm. So let's bring it, this is an arm right here, so we need to bring that boolean under whatever we're gonna cut into, right? So let's bring it under the arm here. So we have the torso. Let's make sure to turn everything else off here. We have our upper arm, excuse me, and the boolean. So if we turn the boolean on, that's what that would look like. Let's go ahead and make that boolean. Make boolean mesh. Insert. Do a quick visual check here. All right. This is the original one. Delete that one.